Welcome back to the Nerdiverse. I'm Danny,
I'm Chang.
and we're here to review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because we both watched it last night, so we're here to review that and give you our thoughts.
Yep. Um, we did make a channel update video, but this is probably going to come out on the channel before that's finished because there's a lot of editing involved in that. But we did mention in that we kind of want to expand on the channel and start looking into other sort of things like Marvel and Star Wars, other things we love. So yeah, I guess this is the first one we're going to sort of talk about. So
Absolutely, yeah. So, I
yeah,
mean, first thing I want to say to everybody that is probably watching this thinking, oh no, they're going to give us spoilers. We will let you know before we do the spoiler bit. We're just going to give you a bit of a reaction first, and then we will make it very clear when we're about to talk spoilers, okay? Because we want to be able to
yeah,
satisfy both sets of fans. Ones that are like, oh, I want to understand if I should watch it, and then the ones that are like, I want deep dive. So we'll do both. We'll let you know. So at the moment, all of you can carry on, and we'll let you know when the spoilers start coming in.
yeah.
So, Cheng, overall thoughts. What did you think? Like, give your overall what was your thoughts
So
going in?
yeah,
And
so I went in pretty blind. I think the only thing I watched was like the first trailer.
yeah,
But yeah, overall I was really surprised. I really enjoyed the film. With the first Guardians, like I know a lot of people really love the first Guardians film. I thought it was okay. It's not like anywhere near my highest rated MCU films, but I did really enjoy Guardians 2 as well. But yeah, I think Guardians 3 is like my favorite Guardians film. I think it absolutely smashed like all the different things they were trying to do with it. Um, yeah, I won't go into too much yet because of the
yeah.
spoilers. But yeah, what about you? What did you think of it?
Oh, see, so the first Guardians film, I enjoyed the first one, and like I said, I went in. I've gone in completely. So the Guardians, when the Guardians first film came out, I went into that completely blind because it's not sort of the heroes that anybody really. I know there's super fans out there. You guys would have obviously know about the Guardians, but I didn't have any idea who these guys were until they
Yeah,
went into film, and then yeah, I really loved the first one. Second one, I didn't enjoy as much as the first one, but this one, yeah, this one has just been. I was not expecting this film yesterday, if I'm honest. I went into this thinking, I don't know how it's going to go. It's an end of a trilogy. I didn't know I didn't know what to expect. I thought I was a bit concerned because I think Marvel have done some fantastic films, and I didn't know where it was going to go. Was it going to go up the top end? Was it going to be in the middle? Was it going to be down the bottom? And it was, yeah, I didn't know where. I did not expect what I saw yesterday, and that's a good thing, by the way. It's for everybody. That's a good thing. It is very good.
yeah.
This film
I'm
is
kind of
very good.
getting a bit fed up with like the fans of the MCU at the moment because it just seems
Yeah,
everyone
really.
is just hating on the MCU at the moment, and like I don't know if like Endgame and those films set up like such a sort of high expectation, but that was
Probably
like
it probably has
how
though. To
many
be fair,
years and how many films like accumulating together to like reach that point, and then people like I don't know, everyone's shitting on Phase 4 it seems on Reddit and stuff, but I'm really enjoying Phase 4. Yeah, there are some films like Quantum Mania and Love and Thunder, I think, which I was really looking forward to, and they weren't as good as I was hoping, but I wouldn't say they were like awful, like quite a lot of people were
I
saying.
think people have got to
But
understand that these are like it's the rebuild of. So you got to remember, like Endgame was like it was what was it 10 years of building, or was it longer? I can't remember now. But however many
must be
years of
right.
building it took to get to that stage, right? We're doing that again, so people have got to understand that Marvel are trying to exit some of the Marvel characters that we're used to because they have to. They need to rebuild. They
Hmm.
can't just say to like they can't have like actors staying as their Marvel characters for like 20 years. They can't do it. They don't want to do it. No actor
Yeah, I
wants to
know,
just
right?
sit. No actor wants to. You don't see a James Bond and have the same James Bond for literally 20 movies. You
Yeah.
won't do it. They won't do it. They do it for a set period of time and they move on. And that's what they're trying to do at the moment with this. Like, they're trying to tell the stories and move them on in the right way. And it's hard to do. I don't. I think people underestimate. Yes, comics. It's easy to do in a comic because guess what? You can. It's a fake animated individual. Do you know what I mean? It's not got a voice. But when you're a voice of a character, it's really hard when you're voicing the face of the character to go and change that, and not anybody be like, whoa, why have they just randomly changed the face of that person? Do you know what I mean? So it's
Bruce Banner says no.
yeah, well, yeah, okay, there is that one. And at the moment, we don't know what's happening with the situation at the moment with Kang. But we might have a different Kang in the future. We don't know, but we'll see how that one goes. But
yeah, like what you're saying, like I feel like people need to stop comparing all these Phase 4 films to like Endgame and stuff and compare it to Phase 1. Because thinking like that, I think everything in Phase 4 I've enjoyed and thought was much better than like every single Phase 1 film, pretty much. I think some of my favourite MCU content, like WandaVision and No Way Home, like all of those have been Phase 4 and they've been like, in my opinion, like peak MCU. Shang-Chi.
I just think we just got to put the trust in. They've done it before. Look, let them cook. In the words of social media right now, everybody's saying let them cook. You need to let these guys cook and it's the same. And I will say the same for the DC universe. Everybody's moaning about James Gunn going over there, and I'm telling you now, if James Gunn can do anything like what he's done with the Guardians of the Galaxy, for the DC is in good hands. Genuinely, I think just let them cook. Let them just pull it together, because I'm not writing him off, because I think he's a phenomenal writer. Well, not a writer, sorry. He's a phenomenal director. I mean, but he's had the right team underneath him to do the writing and etc. So he's a really good builder of teams to get what he needs done from a film. So yeah. So overall, I thought this was really good. Do you know what? For the first time I said it yesterday when I came home, and I was thinking about it again. This has been my favourite Marvel film. If you were saying since Endgame, what have been my favourite ones in this Phase 4, I'd say this one since Endgame and No Way Home has been my favourite. This has been my favourite one since.
Oh, really?
And that's not saying that the others. That's not saying the others aren't great, but that's how much I enjoyed this film. This film was genuinely amazing.
I think it's in my top 4 of Phase 4, or Phase 4, 5 onwards.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable, and I think villain-wise, I think the acting from the villains were brilliant. I'm not going to go into all that yet, but like the acting on display was absolutely brilliant. I thought there was some really strong character building from some characters that we already know about and some that we might not know about yet. So there was some really good character development in this as well to keep it going. So
yeah, I agree. Like overall, I really enjoyed the film, but yeah, there are a few minor gripes that I had. I guess not gripes. It's more like mumbling of just like that could have been handled better or done better. But that'll be going into sort of spoiler territory. So
but so
I'll speak about those after.
And then, so what I'm trying to say is, so those out there that are like, "Ooh, should I go watch this? Should I not?" This is a cinema film. This is a cinema film.
I'd definitely say it's worth watching in cinema, and
yeah,
I'd say it's one of those you want to watch early so you can avoid spoilers, because I feel like a lot of things will probably be ruined if you get them ruined for you. So yeah, I'd say go in blind and with like no expectations, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised and really enjoy the film.
Be prepared for your emotions to go everywhere, like everywhere. They will just go all over the place. You'll have loads of different mixed emotions on a certain loads
I think
of stuff.
that was the best thing about the film. I think it did really well to hit like all the different emotional beats it was trying to get, and it did successfully.
There wasn't a moment in that film where, like, 'cause it's a long film. So for those out there that don't know, this is a 2.5 hour film, and it's a long film. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, maybe it's a bit long in that sort of 3/4 of the way through. It was a bit long." And I admit, there was probably I'd shave it by 10 minutes. Is where
there was a bit near the end where I was like wondering when it was gonna end, but that was the only reason was because I was bursting for a fucking piss. And I was just like, I don't want to miss any of the film. When can I go for a piss? So I was just, like holding it in for like half an hour.
There is one thing I will say, by the way, everybody. If you're a mega fan, please make sure you take cash with you, because it's like 16 quid if you want the old bucket. And it's a flashing light bucket. There's a flashing light popcorn bucket you can get now.
That sounds so
flashes. Nah, mate, it looks sick.
What the hell?
I didn't buy it.
Oh, you didn't?
But anyway, right, I think we are going to move into the spoiler phase. So everybody, spoiler alert.
warning. Oh god.
Everything from now on that we're going to talk about will be spoilers. So everybody go away if you don't want the spoilers. If you do, and stick around because we're going to go into that now. So you've had your chance, we're going in. I was not ready for this emotionally. This film, I was not ready for this. I
feel like the thing with this film that I think did really well, like, I find with anime, it usually gets me quite easily, but with actual like live action films, I do not cry on like movies.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Stuff. But I think I didn't cry, but I think this has got me like the closest out of like anything I've watched. Like I was proper tearing up, like
mate,
in
this film,
several moments in this film.
This film smashed me to bits, like, and I thought emotionally I was prepared for, okay, one of the Guardians guys, one of the Guardians characters is going to die, right? And that didn't happen, obviously.
I'm so fucking glad they didn't do that.
But there were several moments where at one point I thought it's going to be Rocket, then I thought it was going to be Drax because of the situation where he gets shot, and then I thought,
he fucking had so many fucking fake outs, man. Like,
I know.
Drax had like 2 or 3 fake outs, and that really.
And then Star-Lord's one at the end. I thought, oh my god, it's going to actually be Star-Lord. He's going to like freeze, and that's going to be
that
it.
one.
Like,
that was one of my gripes. That one pissed me off because it was so fucking dumb as well. Because it was like,
going back for a stupid like.
It was so avoidable as well, and like at the same time, like Star-Lord's known for his fucking rocket boots and his mask. Like, how come he doesn't have them on him?
I feel like that was deliberately to show everybody that Adam Warlock, by the way, he is pretty powerful, and now he is starting.
What makes him powerful? He can just breathe in space, so he just picked him up and flew him over. And he took his sweet ass time doing it. Like, I know, but he could have done it so much sooner.
It's the transition of his character moving from he was an unknown villainous. Well, he wasn't villainous, but he was being like used as a villainous character. But then, like, to now start to see actually these guys are family, and I love the way they portrayed him. By the way, I know people are probably moaning about it.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, mate, acting as a kid. That's what he is.
Gripe in the fucking movie.
He's a baby.
I feel like he was wasted.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I kind of get what they were doing with that, and it was okay, but I don't know, man. He just felt really underwhelming in the film, in my opinion.
I know, but you got to remember, he's a kid. Like the whole point is, he's a baby in an adult's body. So he's like, imagine Shazam, when Shazam was the first kind of like, when you first meet him on in the DC side of things. I think he's the same thing in terms of like, it's like having a baby in an adult's body with all this power and he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't
know.
It was just a bit underwhelming. I feel like he wasn't in it that much, and
I was not ready. By the way, I knew this film was about Rocket's backstory. I was not ready for the emotion that smashed me to bits because of being a pet owner. That fucked me. Like, that screwed me. Like,
fucking Lila,
like,
Teeth, and fucking Floor are just like the best characters, and that fucking
was in
me.
Bits, mate. I was in bits. And then they did it again when he saves all the little raccoons at the end. I'm thinking, no, stop it. Stop doing it to me.
Do you know what annoyed me though? I kind of knew. I guess everyone kind of knew it was coming with like Lila, Teeth, and
yeah.
But I played the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game, and in that, like, Lila's a character in it, so I was kind of expecting it to happen. So I was like, but I know what's going to happen probably.
How touching was that moment though, where like it looks like he's about to go into heaven with the rest of them, and then literally she just says, "Now it's not your time to come with us. You've got more to do." Oh man,
yeah.
And I'm
not the biggest fan of Chris Pratt, but like that moment, like his acting was fucking phenomenal. Like,
this is Chris Pratt's best movie though in Marvel. This was his best movie.
Yeah, his acting, he managed to like have some crazy like moments.
And I actually loved. I know a lot of people would be like moaning, like going, "Oh, the Guardians are over now." It's like, no, I actually like. Now we're getting a new team. Now we're getting Rocket Captain in the side. And do you know what I found? I felt like this. I felt like the films were all about Rocket all along. Now, when you think about it, I know they said that in the film, but I do
that
genuinely
was
think
what
it
they
was.
literally said
Yeah,
in the
I
film.
know, but you felt it though, didn't you? You felt like this was Rocket's trilogy. So this actually wasn't about Star-Lord. It was about Rocket all along, finding out his backstory and finding out leading up to the High Evolutionary. So, and actually, I don't think Rocket's story is done. That's the whole point here. I think Star-Lord's is sidelined. I think for future stuff, and he'll do his own thing.
Yeah.
He's for me, he's on a journey much like what Thor's on, though, isn't he? Star-Lord, in terms of he's had some hurt. Thor has. He's lost his brother. He's lost everything. And Star-Lord's in that same boat. He's lost everything as well. Like he's lost his lover. Like and he knows that he can't. There's nothing you could do about that. So he's going to have to just go and touch base for a bit, you know, and just chill out for and leave the Guardians. The new Guardians.
I kind of wish that he was a member of the New Guardians, because I feel like I would have been happy if the team was like what we got at the end credits and Star-Lord as well. I thought that would have been a well-rounded team. But yeah, I guess it had to happen, so it was like handing over the leadership sort of thing to Rocket.
Again, a lot of people will probably be like, oh, well, I don't know. I felt like it was a bit of a weak ending. I enjoyed the ending. I loved it. I thought the ending was perfect. It was like ending the trilogy in a great way for me.
Ending. Yeah, like the sort of bittersweet, like everyone going their own ways. I thought that was done really well, and it was like a really satisfying conclusion. It wasn't like... I'm glad they didn't do a death, because I thought that would have been pretty boring and just kind of expected. But I liked the sort of bittersweet happy ending where everyone's alive, but they're all going off their own way to sort of like find themselves.
Yeah. And the other thing, I'm really excited to see, like, so now that Adam Warlock is clearly, well, obviously at the end now you can see he's part of the Guardians now, and Cosmo's part of it, and Cosmo, by the way, I keep forgetting how powerful Cosmo is. That's mad. Like how powerful Cosmo really is, though, in terms of being able to like literally just grab those two bits of rock and go, yeah, smash. See you later. Like that's that person gone.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I'm glad that you've seen the development of. I don't know his character's name very well. I'm really sorry. I might have screwed his name up, but the guy who plays him is Sean Gunn. Oh, what's the character's name? That's it. Yeah. I love the fact that he's finally been able to learn how to do the old whistling technique and get the arrow to go everywhere.
They dragged that out too long though, because that's been like a thing since like what Guardians 2 was it?
By the way, how good was the High Evolutionary? The actor that plays as him, oh my god, he was brilliant. The villain was brilliant.
Sometimes you don't need a complex villain. Like, you just need someone to hate, and he did that so well.
Oh my god, he was brilliant.
I just wish that he died in the most torturous way possible. It was like so satisfying to like see his downfall.
I think what made it worse is that obviously most of the film that he's torturing animals. I think that made it worse to me. I was like, how dare you torture these innocent like animals? Like they've done nothing wrong. Like, and you just abuse them. And the way he treated like baby Rocket, I was like, I want to.
I did really like
kick this
seeing him sort of like spiral down and then sort of like slowly cracking, and you see with like his true sort of like thoughts and personality. It's like he couldn't comprehend that, like, you know, this imperfect creature that he made was smarter than him.
Yeah, he did not like that, did he? That scene where like he really hated that. He really hated that. But it was, I really enjoyed it. Did you know, by the way, did you know the character that did turn up at the end, the second end of credits scene, the one with obviously the Guardians? No, not the second. The first one, sorry, was one with the Guardians, wasn't it? So the first one where it's the one with the new Guardians. So the girl, I didn't realise she's...
Phyla-Vell. She's like...
Yeah, she's equally as powerful as Captain Marvel when you actually... I did a bit of research on it because I don't really know about her. And apparently she's equally as powerful.
Pretty sure she is Captain Marvel at some point.
So that's really interesting then. So now when you look at it, the power level of the Guardians of the Galaxy has literally just gone mad now, because obviously...
She's still a kid though, so it's
I know, but...
a bit...
But when you think about, like, they've replaced Star-Lord and Mantis, who, they were powerful, but they weren't, like, God-level powerful or ridiculous. When you've got Adam Warlock in there, who I know will be discovering his abilities, but now do we think we're going to see the Guardians going up against some serious level threats now, rather than doing, like, the old, like, I think they're going to have to go against big boys now, aren't they? The real...
Probably.
tough ones to go after.
Yeah, I noticed Groot's like appearance in the post credits is like I've seen that appearance before in like comics before, where he just looks like massive.
Yeah, do you reckon he's got Hulk like strength now? Not, I'm not saying quite Hulk
think so.
strength, but I wonder if
Because I think
like...
I swear that Groot's got like a specific name to it. Like I'm not sure if it's like King Groot or something or Emperor Groot. I don't know. I'm kind of pulling names out my ass, but I swear I heard something like that. So I think it's cool that they're pulling more stuff from the comics. Like
I never thought I'd say it as well. I never thought I'd say that Drax was funnier in this film because I didn't think it would get funnier than he already has been. And I just Dave Bautista he's so funny as Drax.
He had a few good moments in this, but yeah, I wouldn't say this was his funniest movie, but he has a few good moments. I think
go on.
Yeah, I think like it's just like how he sort of connects with the other characters, which like makes it funny. Like him and Mantis, like the banter between them, it gets me every time.
I think one of my favourite character developments in this entire film was Nebula's. I think she was my favourite character development.
That's what I was gonna bring up. I feel like they've done such a good job with Nebula because if you think about it. She started the series in like Guardians as like a sort of side villain character that no one gave a shit about, really, if you think about it. And like, if you think about how much she's grown over the past few movies, especially like since Guardians 2, like Infinity War and Endgame, like she has had so much development to the point where she's like one of my favorite characters in Guardians now. Like,
yeah, I would argue she's one of the for me, she was like, I feel like what they've done here is moved Gamora out, if you know what I mean, and replaced her with Nebula now, if you know what I mean. Nebula's the new kind of the one like the do you know what I'm trying to say? Like in terms of she's the new badass in the team, as in like the female representative badass. Like she's absolutely crazy bad. Like I'm good to see Gamora kind of. I was like frustrated a little bit, but I totally understand why Gamora was the way she was. I get it, and I think it was more. I
kind of feel like she didn't need to be in the film. They should have just kept her dead and just like not keep this past Gamora. I don't know why they brought her back in. It just kind of felt a bit pointless. But
yeah, no, I some of those scenes in this film though, like I said, there was some really good bits of comedy in this. Great action scenes. I genuinely think this is one of my. This is my favourite Guardians film, and I'd say it's up there in some of my favourite Marvel pieces of work as well at the moment. It's just brilliant.
For sure.
They were so good.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Like the Groot that we saw, I think it is called King Groot.
Oh, that's pretty cool, then. That would be interesting to see. That's the other thing. Where do you think they're going next with all this now? Because it said at the end Star-Lord will return, but it didn't say.
I don't know why Star-Lord. I'm guessing Star-Lord will probably have like an appearance in maybe Secret Invasion or like Secret Wars or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like the least interesting character of the Guardians.
I know.
Like his story's kind of just over. Like I don't.
The one I need to see, the development I need to see next, and what I want to see most, because I feel like we've had enough development of the most of those characters now. For me, it's Adam Warlock. You've introduced him. Now you need to use him because I want to know more about Adam Warlock and why.
Yeah, I feel
because we know he's a superpower. We know he's literally as powerful, if not more powerful, than Captain Marvel anyway. So like. He gets there in the comics, so I want to see that journey on because they're going to need. When you think about what their aim is here, they're all going to have to fight Kang at some point, right? They're going to need people like Adam Warlocks. They're going to need Captain Marvels. They're going to need Thors, all of that stuff. Otherwise, they have got no chance against the Kangs.
I feel like Adam Warlock. He didn't get developed enough in this movie, but I feel like that's why. Yeah, as you said, going forward, they really should focus.
They need
on,
to,
developing him more.
I would actually like a solo movie, but I know they probably won't do that now. I think it'll be a Guardians Volume 4. But...
yeah, I think it'll be a Guardians film. Because I do want to see a Guardians film with this new team, because they do seem like they've got some new interesting characters in. So
I thought even the early development that we've seen with Cosmo and... go on, say his name again, the guy with the
Kraglin.
Yeah, Kraglin. I loved that little combo of the. I know they had a little bit of banter between them about good dog, bad dog, but I liked that. I think it was quite.
Can we just say that Cosmo is the best girl, the best dog?
Honestly, Cosmo, mate. again, I underestimated how powerful that dog really is. It's ridiculous. Like, seriously, like when you add the, and everybody underestimates how powerful Kraglin is as well with that weapon. Like, that is I forgot how, like, when Yondu had it, when I first saw Yondu using it, I thought that is a ridiculously overpowered weapon. Like, it's so overpowered.
I guess it just depends how strong that needle is. Like,
well,
if it just breaks or someone.
We saw that though, didn't we? He tried to use it on Adam Warlock early in, and it hit him in the face. And he went, "Who did that?"
that moment got me. That was so funny. Yeah, I'd say it did a good job of balancing like the humor and stuff. There were a few humor bits which didn't hit that well, but overall,
by the way,
it was quite funny.
Will Poulter is buff as Adam Warlock. Fair play to him as an actor, getting himself in that shape for that. Like, I know some of it will be the suit, but actually, I was looking at images of like, did he put the size on? He is fucking huge. Like, and mate, I love him as an actor anyway, because I think he's actually hilarious. And he added the serious and he reminds me of a Thor character that we're going to get. He's going to be one of those where he's ridiculously powerful, but he's also comedic as well. And I thought he played the character of being a baby in an adult's body really well, actually, in terms of like, because that's what he was supposed to be. Like, that's why he was like, oh, look how cute. And then even when he vaporized that guy, when he was like,
oh, that was funny. That got me. Convince him and then just obliterates him.
Oh dear, that was brilliant.
I think, one thing that really pissed me off was the trailer. I feel like the trailer gave away too many of the fucking big moments. Like, I think one of them, which kind of annoyed me, was when they land the spaceship and they meet with like the animal people and like when Drax fucking throws the ball at the kid. Like, I would have found that so fucking funny if I'd not like already seen it in the trailer. Like, I don't know why they include that sort of stuff.
I agree with you. And there's one bit they completely ruined in the trailer, by the way, that if you actually think about it, and luckily I forgot about it until I realised afterwards that, so in the trailer they show Rocket firing some guns, and he was like in the scene where he was wearing the outfit, the uniform that they wear at the end. So if you'd have remembered that, it meant the whole time you know that he's nearly dying, you know that he's not going to die.
There's literally zero stakes because you know he's going to be fine. They do sometimes fake out in the trailers, but usually they don't. So I think that's my biggest gripe with movies, especially the MCU, is like these fucking trailers just show too much and spoil too many big moments.
I much prefer, like, if I'm honest, right, Marvel are at a place now where they don't need a 2-minute trailer. They don't need to do it. They've got fans already. All you need to do is 30 seconds to 45 seconds or even a minute. Just do a quick minute, like, here you go, here's the film. Because people are already going to go and watch it, probably excited anyway. Let the fans do the talking, like, when they come away from it and they talk, like we're doing here. Like, I'm sure there'll be some people that are listening going, I'm going to go watch that and I'm buzzing about it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let the fans do it. You don't need to do it like other movies out there where they genuinely are trying to start a movie from scratch. You're at a place now, you've got so much, you don't need to.
Can you imagine, right, if like Captain America Civil War came out and they didn't like reveal that Spider-Man was in the film? Like, how fucking mental would it would be if you were just mad, watching the film and just Spider-Man appears out of nowhere? And like, Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, yeah, same thing with No Way Home. If like they didn't show Doc Ock in the trailer and like, we then see these characters show up when we're watching the film for the first time, everything would come in as a surprise.
And to be fair,
you wouldn't be expecting like
Marvel. The one thing they did do a great job with No Way Home is they didn't actually say. I know fans speculated, but they did.
It was fucking obvious. Like, as soon as they showed, like,
I know,
villains, but it was very likely. And then there was also that clip in the trailer where they showed Spider-Man
you got edited
flying towards all the villains, but it looked really obvious that they like cropped out the other Spider-Man.
I know, because otherwise it just looked like a really unnecessarily wide shot of one superhero. It was like, really, that wide of a shot for that? Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I feel like trailers these days, they just show too much, and I wish that they just didn't. And I think I'm gonna just hopefully just stop watching trailers. I've tried to make it now. I only watched the first one, but then again, even the first
the teaser, like just the teaser, the teaser.
Well, even the teasers are starting to fucking show too much now. I feel like Like I think like the Drax scene where he throws the ball was in the teaser.
Like I said,
that was one of the funniest moments
I
in the
feel
film.
like the only time you need to show. The only time you need to show more than what you probably would normally is if, like, you know, when we watch our anime and you're thinking of a new anime to go and watch, right? We don't know about, like, for example, like when I watched Hell's Paradise, because obviously I told you we should watch it, and
Yeah.
it's only because the trailer hooked me, like, but because it needed to, because it's a brand new start. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, people wouldn't have a fucking clue what it is, like, unless you're actually a reader of the manga, if you know what I mean. But I'm not, so.
Yeah.
I needed something to show me. But Marvel, like I said before, they don't need to do that now. They would have had to do it for Iron Man. So way back when they did Iron Man,
even
absolutely
like Phase
they would have
1,
had to.
sure, but like I feel like at this point,
Don't need to, do they? But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so really loved it. In terms of scoring, Zam, what are we going to score this out of 10? What are we thinking? What are you thinking?
10. Ooh,
Or 100, if you want to go percentage. If you want to give it a percentage or whatever you want to go.
Are we just doing full numbers, or are we gonna go into like halves?
Nah,
and stuff?
go for the points. Halves. Do halves. No other decimal points, because that just gets a bit complicated.
I'd give it either an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10.
Do you know what
about
I'd probably say? I'd probably say the same if I'm honest. 8.5 is where I was thinking, so I'm thinking 8.5 out of 10 for me. For everybody else out there, like, let us know what you thought. Get in the comments. We'd really love you to get involved and let us know, because it'd be really great. We will reply to the messages as well, sort of, and have a, you know, hopefully it'll be a good debate rather than anybody just moaning. But you can moan if you want, it's fine, doesn't matter. But everybody's opinion's welcome, whatever you want to say. So, yeah. I suppose anything left for you to say from us, or because I think I'm out.
I'm just trying to think what the next thing that's coming is. We've got Secret Invasion, which is going to be the TV show, so we'll be reacting to that, which should be fun. But what's the next movie?
The next
Is it the Marvels?
movie
I think it's the Marvels, right?
Yes, the Marvels. So we've got the Marvels next, and then I'm not sure what it is after that, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So the Marvels, I think we're going to do something similar like this, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't think either of us can wait until it comes to like Disney Plus or something to react to. But
Are you gonna do? Are we gonna do the Flash? Because I feel like the Flash is gonna be an incredible movie. So I was thinking of doing the Flash if you were gonna.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like DC's kind of just died for me. Like I've just lost interest. I'm hoping
faith.
with all the changes that's happening, it'll pick up and it'll get good again. But yeah, I haven't really been following it too much recently.
But even James Gunn has turned around and said, like, the Flash movie is one of the greatest movies that's ever been created, and he wasn't even involved in it. He was just, this is like, he's got the after bit, hasn't he? He's trying to fix what happens after, really,
that,
restart.
that sounds like fucking bullshit, but I guess we'll see.
But that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, for checking it out. Let us know what you thought. Yeah, we've rambled on for like half an hour. I did not realise it was going to take that long, but there's me saying again, 10 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes review, and then, it's not 10 minutes, it's half
Quick
an hour,
adventuring out.
Yeah, so cheers for checking us out, everybody. If you do enjoy listeners to us ramble on, then please make sure to leave us a like, subscribe if you'd like, and get involved, because we will continue. So thank you for checking us out if you did, and we will see you, well, probably for a reaction video next, I should imagine.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then.
Cool. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.